Hello friends, in this video we will study about Kigali Agreement. In the 20th meeting of the parties to the Montreal Protocol, negotiators from 197 nations have signed a historic agreement to amend the Montreal Protocol in Kigali, a capital city of tiny African country, Rwanda, on 15th October 2016. As per the agreement, these countries are expected to reduce the manufacture and use of hydrofluorocarbons by roughly 80 to 85% from their respective baselines till 2045. It is named as Kigali Agreement because it happened in Kigali, the capital of Rwanda. This phase down is expected to arrest the global average temperature rise up to 0.5 degrees Celsius by 2100. Kigali Agreement is an amendment to the Montreal Protocol and it is the 8th amendment of Montreal Protocol. The Montreal Protocol is made even more potent in the fight against greenhouse gases with the Kigali Amendment. What is Montreal Protocol? The Montreal Protocol is a most effective international environmental treaty to phase out the ozone depletion substances from the atmosphere. Montreal Protocol comes into force in 1989. It has 197 member parties to the protocol and become a first international treaty with complete ratification. Montreal Protocol has undergone several amendments and Kigali Amendment is the 8th amendment to this protocol. It has successfully curbed the 98% production of chlorofluorocarbon and the other ozone depletion substances and significantly contributed to the repair of the ozone hole. What are the hydrofluorocarbons? Hydrofluorocarbons are organic compounds containing hydrogen, carbon and fluorine. They are commonly used as substitute for ozone depleting substance like chlorofluorocarbons and are used in refrigerators and air conditioners. Hydrofluorocarbons are not as harmful as CFCs for ozone layer depletion. They have a 1,000 times more potential to cause global warming effect than commonly known greenhouse gas like carbon dioxide, methane, etc. Important points of Kigali Agreement. It is a legally binding agreement between the signatory parties with non-compliance measures. It has shown a considerable flexibility in approach while setting phase-down targets for different economies, accommodating their developmental aspirations, different socio-economic compulsions, and scientific technological capabilities. Kigali Agreement divided the signatory parties into three groups. First group consists of rich and developed economies like USA, UK, and European Union countries, who will start to phase down HFCs by 2019 and reduce it to 15% of 2012 levels of by 2036. Second group consists of emerging economies like China, Brazil, as well as some African countries who will start phase down by 2024 and reduce it to 20% of 2021 levels by 2045. And third group consists of developing economies and some of the hottest climatic countries like India, Pakistan, Iran, Saudi Arabia, who will start phasing down HFCs by 2028 and reduce it to 15% of 2024 to 2026 levels till 2047. It also has a provision for a multilateral fund for developing countries for adaptation and mitigation. The Technology and Energy Assessment Panel will take a periodic review of the alternative technology and product for their energy efficiency and safety standards. Why is Kigali Agreement significant? The Kigali Agreement is significant because it addresses the vital question of HFCs HFCs are powerful greenhouse gases, and to mitigate climate change, it is essential that countries strive to reduce and gradually phase out their production and uses. Kigali Agreement strengthens the Paris Agreement, which set an ambitious target of restricting the rise in global temperature below 2 degrees Celsius as compared to pre-industrial level. Unlike Paris Agreement, it gives clear, concrete and mandatory targets with fixed timeline to the signatory parties to achieve their targets. It would prevent the emission of HFCs equivalent to 70 billion ton of CO2. India played a very flexible and cooperative role in the whole negotiating process. It has agreed on a lenient schedule as it consumes only 3% of HFCs as compared to the other nations like USA and China. It would be tough for India to adhere to this agreement along with Paris Pact, especially when it has embarked on an ambitious Make in India program to increase its industrial production. As a responsible nation with a global perspective, the Indian government has voluntarily passed the order to stop the production of HFC 23, which is byproduct of commonly used refrigerant. This will reduce the emission by 100 million ton equivalent of CO2 in next 15 years. Implications of Kigali Agreement on India. Indian industries using HFCs like air conditioning industry, automobiles and refrigeration industry have some serious implications on financial and technical fronts. For financial implications, industries have to either invest in research and development to find out the substitute for HFCs, or they have to buy patent substance and technology from other multinational companies. Technical implications. Some of the developed nations have already started using substitutes of HFCs in their products and have a sound technical knowledge about their use. Without technology transfer or research, it would be difficult to domestic industries to compete with them in a global as well as domestic market. On a positive side, this will incentivize business and scientific fraternity to invest their financial and intellectual resources in finding out more economic and environmental friendly technical alternatives. Thank you.